This is the review of Quake 4. Unfortunately, this rig, this one right here, stupid camera, cannot play it for some weird blue screen error that keeps on coming up. Every time you load it onto this HT577, the graphics chip from Gigabyte. Thoughts about the game? A little offsetting. Disappointed? You could say I'm disappointed. Was it as good as Doom 3, my last review? No, it was not. Nowhere near as good, nor as complete. However, I do like the dialogue in this game. It does have some interesting dialogue. It has some updated graphics. Of course, being which you need some more RAM, a better graphics chip, some larger hard drive, which you really don't really need a 500 gig hard drive to run anything like this. However, despite all that, graphics, I give it a 4.25. At that time, you know, all the next-gen stuff was coming out, and there was a lot of good-looking games coming out for the 360 and the PC. Ironically, there were some Game of the Years that were actually really good. Dialogue. I love the dialogue in this game. Don't get me wrong. 4.5. I love the dialogue. It was great. I like to hear a story in a first-person shooter. This actually had a good story. But the gameplay is what kills me. I don't want to play a game that seems it's not even at all. It's weird. You start off, you wake up, and you're waking up with your plasma pistol, and then you get knocked out, and then you wake up again. Like, what the hell happened? Well, retrospect, yeah, that's kind of stuff you see in this game. Very, very crazy shit that you can't explain. So I give that a bad score, 2.5 out of 5. I just can't stand the gameplay. I just couldn't. The pointness to it. Now, that was pretty good. That's what's in with the graphics, and that was a good point. But they took it a little too far when they started cutting off his legs. Maybe that was a little too far. And stabbing a needle in your head and getting chopped in the arm. Yeah, that's stuff I'd like to see on horror games. This is not exactly a horror game. It's more of a kind of what would you consider as a war first-person shooter. Nothing like Doom 3 or anything like that. It's id Software. They did a good job on the graphics, the dialogue, the story, but they did a horrible job on the game. I just didn't like it. I like the idea you can have a flashlight on your machine gun, but I did not like it, like the gameplay effects of it. It was just weird. The price of the game, $39.95 new, or $364 used. That's not too bad, but is it worth it? For people who are Quake fans, this may be a go for you, but people who are trying to get into first-person shooters, this is a skip. Sorry. Just don't get into this one. If you're trying to get into a first-person shooter, start with Halo or start with something old school, like one of the first ones that came out, such as Doom or Turok. Overall, I give this a 3.6 out of 5. Yeah, a little above average, not too bad, but the gameplay killed it. The gameplay killed it. Moderate value. Now, kind of skip this a little bit. Is it replayable to a certain extent if you can handle the gameplay, which I couldn't. I tried to go all the way to the max setting you could possibly get, and I just couldn't do it. It just irritated the hell out of me, so I didn't play it then. So, considering the fact that when this game came out back in 2005, about November, about the same day, really the same week that the Xbox 360 came out, a good buy for the price. But if you're looking to get into a first-person shooter, this is not the way to go.